Hello, everybody. Oh, welcome, Social Mage. Welcome back to this. Welcome back. So, how's every? Oh, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing fine. How about you? So basically, today I'm gonna basically be starting off like a regular art stream for every week. I figured I'd do that every Friday. I probably should do it more often, but we're gonna start with at least once a week, where I'm just basically going to be practicing some art. I did do one art stream. I basically called it a doodle stream last week, but I basically just did random doodles. Just bear in mind, I'm not that great at art, so don't expect too much from me. But if basically what you saw in the thumbnail is basically as is basically pretty much like my average of what I can do. Yeah, it was a cute little mole though, and I was kind of proud of that. I was kind of proud of that last making that last week. But yeah, so today we're just going to. Ooh, what happened? What happened to the chat there? Ooh, yeah, that chat doesn't look good there. Okay, I'll just raise that up a little bit there. There we go. All right. Just want to check if sound is good here. Good there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think everything's good. So we're going to. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to basically do like some kind of abstract design, maybe on this page. Not really sure exactly what I'm looking for, but I don't know. Just maybe do some kind of random design. But we'll see. We'll see where we go because I don't really have a plan of what to draw today. Maybe next week I will start. Maybe I'll like follow along from like some kind of art book. I do have some art books that I want to look up, read up on. So that might actually help me like get a little guideline of as to what, like kind of little guide pathway of how I want to proceed. But today I'm just gonna basically just draw random stuff for fun. So yeah. Alright, I think we're gonna begin today. Let's see. Oop, my head's in the way there. I think I'm gonna shrink my head a little, my model a little bit, so you can kind of see what I'm doing, because I'm starting at the bottom left of the screen, so it's gonna be a little hard to see. All right, I think we got it. All right. Yeah, it's still gonna be kind of in the way, but I'll just have to move my head to show you. I think we'll start by making like some little spiral. Whoops. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. That's working now. All right. So now I think we can do kind of like a little spiral design. Oh, hi, Social Mage. Yeah, yeah, I was said hi to you earlier, but I guess you left briefly. But yeah, I basically said that if you missed what I said, basically, I'm usually just doing like random designs. I'm not drawing anything in particular or anything special, but yeah. So how you doing? All right, I think we're gonna do. Oh, what happened there? Okay, good. Oh, let's just undo that there. I guess a good thing that I want to do is like basically like, get a feel for certain shapes, I guess. Because I remember last week when I was working on some designs, I could actually show a picture. Let's see if I can show a picture of them. I mean, the thumbnail was definitely one of the things I did last week. Yeah. If you're confused what the thumbnail was, I basically drew a try to make Luffy. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but that is definitely something I want. If you want, yeah. I mean, I do want to draw Luffy, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet. But but yeah, the thumbnail is basically a mole, so I drew that last week, and turned out better than I expected. And then I made like these little round ball characters. They were kind of cute. Great. Ooh, there we go. Like a little eye right there. No rhyme or reason. I do like this program. I think I'm using yeah, currently I'm using, I think it's like Adobe. It's one of the Adobe programs. But I do like that if your lines are squiggled a little bit, like it does straighten it out a little bit, and I do like that. It definitely helps me in the well, at least when I'm learning. My day was good. I did have a pretty bad headache at work earlier today, but it's gone now. Oh, that almost kind of looks like a volcano. But yeah, yeah, it was a pretty bad headache. Like I had to basically close one of my eyes all day, so it's kind of annoying. But after basically a couple hours of rest here at home, I felt much better. I was almost afraid that I wouldn't be able to do the stream today, but uh, but it worked out. And it looks like there's like no rhyme or reason to whatever I'm doing right now, but I don't know. Just want to do like different kind of strokes and different like little designs just to make just like get me the hang of what I want something to look like. I might draw some other more complicated things as I go further into the page. Do you know what D&D is? Yeah, I know what D&D is. Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I play I play One Piece D&D every Saturday on Dire Regulus's channel. I thought I told you that before. But yeah, and I believe we're doing a session tomorrow night. I think it's at 5 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Central. Finally? What do you mean finally? Okay. Let's see. We'll do like a more of a tight knit spiral right there. There we go. Um. I ask everyone I ask. They say I don't know. Oh, wow, really? I thought more people would know about D&D nowadays, especially after Baldur's Gate 3 came out. That kind of made a new resurgence of D&D from what I heard. put a little few more. See if I can make like a 3D box. Oh, there we go. That would turn out a little better than I expected. I think we're gonna go straight on that there. It looks like a volcano. Yeah, it kind of does. That's kind of what I was thinking about. I think that line should be shorter. Undo that. Yeah. Oh, the volcanoes. I don't see those emojis very often. Me caveman. Yeah. Let's undo that there. I think we could do a little better than that there. I think I can move my avatar up a little bit now. There we go. Yeah, house, yeah. I might not be... I don't know. I might just keep it like a flat roof at the moment. Like if I was using a pen and a pencil and paper, I'd probably make a steep roof, but still trying to learn how to do this stuff, do these drawings digitally. It's not... There's a lot of things in these programs that I'm not that familiar with, so just want to start with the basics. Nope. That is not straight. Is the volcano erupting? I guess it does. I guess it is. And the little squiggles are the inhabitants under the volcano squirming in agony. Just kidding. No, it better not be. That's still too morbid. There we go. We're gonna make this just the open air. Like the roof's falling off. Maybe I'll put the roof like somewhere way off in the top corner, like it's flying or something. It a can? What about a can? Yeah, that looks like one of the little goofy characters I made in the last week's stream. I just couldn't help but put one there in there. Wait, no. Be said boo ah. All right. Yeah, it looks like the owner's running away from the house. He said boo, screams in terror. Alright, I think we're gonna go with, yeah, I think we'll make, just think we can make like a brick. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna make a wall. We're gonna make a wall. I don't know if that's the right perspective there. Yes, the wall, yeah. Return of the wall. Ugh, wait. Let's undo that for a second there. Gotta get the right perspective. Yeah, the wall. Yeah, wall, wall, wall. Wait. I think we'll do... We'll draw the rows for the... It's gonna be like a brick wall. Oh. Darn it. Why'd that happen? There we go. Wall got demoted. No, no, no. I think I'm gonna try to make like a gate, and then I'm gonna make the rest of the wall. So we got some bricks there. That. A sword? Yeah, I need to make a sword because I did make a sword the other last week, but it didn't turn out that well, and I stuck it behind one of the funny little circles. There's actually a couple sword designs that I made quite a few years ago that I haven't really drawn in ages, and I really want to do them again. I should probably draw those. Man, I remember how hard it was drawing those on paper, though. He asked hockey? Who asks hockey? Alright. So that's the brick there. He has hockey? Who does? He is him? Oh, Jeff? Who's Jeff? He is Jeff? Okay. Oh, wait. Go back there. Undo that. Jeff Stickman? Oh, Jeff. Okay, okay, he's Jeff. Okay. I wonder if he knows Henry. I imagine, since they both had the same last name. Those were pretty fun games. The Henry Stickmin games. They're brothers? Yeah. So, Jeff Stickmin is the less well-known little brother of Henry. realize I had held that down there. It's the layer for Henry Stickmin. Alright. Now I think this is a good time to try to make the gate. Or it's rather like a gateway. Nope. Let's undo that for a second. Okay. Then, gateway has to be a certain width. No. No, wait, hang on. To make this work, I gotta give the actual gate like a pillar, because otherwise I'm just attaching it to the wall. So it'll be something like this, then. Ooh. Okay, that's gonna be an issue that I have to... The wall looks like a seaboard? You mean like cardboard? I guess it kind of does. No, a keyboard? Oh. Oh, it looks like a keyboard. Oh, okay. Okay, that's definitely not good. But I do need to go in like this. Like that. Okay, that works. The other line doesn't. Oh, come on. Okay. There we go. We got that. Oop, stupid bug. Nope. It's gonna be hard to try to get this perspective, because this is a pretty difficult to execute here. Because I'm not just trying to draw like a 2D gate, I'm trying to draw a 3-dimensional gate. Yeah, not to mention I got this whole thing. to 3D, yeah. Okay. No. What am I doing? No. Nope. It's a little steep there. Alright, I think that looks okay. That looks okay. Now I'm just gonna brick this up. Hang on. I don't know if the brick will work for this. I could not do this with a mouse. I'm actually not doing this with a mouse. I'm on an art tablet right now. I've got a stylus. I'm definitely gonna do the bricks from here. All right. Looks pretty good, I guess. Oh, I think this would call for some... for some footprints. I gotta make this, the heel a little wider there. It's the Arlong Park wall. Yeah, I could probably add some rubble. Maybe add a little bit of rubble to give off the feel that the place has kind of been destroyed. I want you to kind of guess who this is here. Have you... If you have any devil fruit, what would it be? I think, I don't know. If I would have a devil fruit... Yeah, it's Humpty Dumpty, yeah. Yep, that's Humpty Dumpty, alright. I think if I want a devil fruit... I think I would just have one. That's a hard question. There's a lot of things that I would like to be able to do. Oh, if there was like a steam powered, if there was like a devil fruit that allows you to create steam within your own body. I mean, that's kind of sounds like Gears Second, but it would be like if I could like build steam pressure within my muscles and then release it in a punch. I mean, that would be like basically your strength would be fueled by steam pressure, and I think that would be pretty cool. I actually have that's actually a power that I have for one of my characters in one of the stories that I'm making. It's not technically like smoke though. It's not really smoke. Steam and smoke are pretty different. Like smoke is like burnt carbon, but steam is basically water vapor. And smoke doesn't really have like the pressure that steam does. Like if you build up the steam, I mean, come on, like we used to have trains that were fueled entirely by, well, the coals in the train would basically heat up a boiler, and then it would create steam pressure that would move the train. I think a steam powered kind of like a steampunk. It would be like a steampunk kind of power. Okay, so beyond here, I think I want to go. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, that would be something that I would like to draw, maybe up here. Hmm. Oh wait, let me go back. Undo this. Me getting off. Bye. Have a good night. Oh, yeah. Oh, good night, Social Mage. Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. All right. I think what I want to do before is I want to make this sphere entirely black. make this entirely black, and then we can get to work on what I want it to look like. All right. All right. Okay. Undo that. Undo that. Undo that. I think I know what I want it to look like. Nope. Undo that. Undo that. Undo that. Now I think we just gotta get, I think we want to do it from the other direction this time. Okay, now it's a little too close to the first line there. I think there's something missing with this. Okay. This might actually be promising. Nope. Undo that. I'll have to work on that a little bit more, but that is kind of close to what I want there. I'll have to work on the design a little more there. Alright, I think we're gonna go back to the... Go back to the black ink. Start drawing some other stuff here. Ooh. What's that color doing over there? Well... Ooh, think I better undo that. All right. Oh, this is gonna be fun here. I haven't done these in a while. Wait, go back. Not sure if I got this right. Wait, nope. Don't need to do that. Hmm. Hey, Doc Sake, welcome to the stream. The mage, yeah. Yeah, I was visited by another mage earlier. The social mage. We got a little social. I'm just drawing random stuff, just, kind of like little exercises so that I can work on improving myself with art. So right now, not really good at art, but I really want to improve on it. So yeah, these are just like little random things that I draw. I do want to do like serious lessons in the future, like maybe if like following like an art book or something where I can learn to draw from that and do the exercises on stream. Basically, it's kind of something I want to do in the future. Quite a few mages these days, yeah. Draw some One Piece characters. Yeah, I mean, I want to, but not really confident in that. I might draw a straw hat. I think I'll draw at least a straw hat. But yeah, I was just working on some like runes. These are some runes from some like I made a in the past, like I made a like a secret. It was like it was kind of not literally a secret code, but it was like I basically took English, moved it backwards, and replaced all the letters with runes. And I want to incorporate that in the future for my channel sometime. But yeah, it was just I was just trying to relearn some of the symbols, try to remember what they meant. All right, let's see. Straw hat. Definitely want something like that. No. All right. Hey, 3-Day. Welcome to the stream. Just doing like a random art stream where just basically practicing with some little exercises like until I start doing some like serious lessons on how to draw. Let's see. I think I can. There's like a lot about these digital art programs that are just like kind of a pain for me to figure out. Like like with this program, like I'm having a hard time finding out how to like color things. So I've been basically reduced to just sketching at the moment until I figure that out. Might just have to fill in things by hand until I figure that out. Just fill that in first, and then I can draw the stitches back in there. Practice makes perfect. Yep, exactly. So what did you what did you guys think of the what did you guys think of the chapter this week? Cuz I was able to talk to like Kev and I think it was Straw Hat Lucas. I was able to talk to them about the chapter. They were on my reaction stream the other day. And we talked a little bit about the chapter. But what did you guys think? Oh, there we go. Oh, I got an idea. Makes me pretty emotional because Bonnie learned about Luffy as Nika. I almost cried. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty emotional. Um Undo that. I hate drawing hands. So glad Vegapunk did what he did for Kuma and Bonnie. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, that's too dark. I need to... We're just gonna go with this. I'm the most curious when it comes to... Whoa, what the heck? What the heck was that? Thing is, I'm most curious about when it comes to the chapter is, like, how much did Dorian Broggy know, like, ahead of time? Like, did they just learn about Luffy being the sun god from, like, Shanks or from seeing his bounty poster in the newspaper and just assuming? What about you? Did you think the Giants would show up? Not really, no. I mean, my bet was the with the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, but yeah, Dorian Brog are dying? What? Why do you think they're dying? If they're dying, they're definitely not dying in this arc. I think if they're gonna die, they're gonna die at Elbaf. I don't see them dying here on Egghead though. I mean, unless Saturn still has something up his sleeve. He has like some crazy power he hasn't been showing us recently. Dorian Broggy lost to Mr. 3. Yeah, I mean... To be fair, Mr. 3 sabotaged their fight. Sabotaged them. Made them think that it was the other person. They fought each other before Mr. 3 basically basically captured them. So... they were already beaten up and weak by the time, or at least one of them was. So I wouldn't... The Giants unequivocally have lost every time we've seen them fight. I mean... I don't think... I mean, they did win against Kid Ship. They did win against that. But, honestly, I think Oh wait, Dorian Bragi, Harjan, Enislavi, the Giants, the Big Mom. A few other examples I'm forgetting about. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But if they were really all that weak, if they really were all that weak, I don't think the government would be as obsessed as they were about getting, like, trying to make people into giants and stuff. Like, Big Mom has an obsession with giants. World government has an obsession with giants. Like, I think they're stronger than how they've been portrayed so far. They've been portrayed as pretty weak, but most of the giants, like, I don't know. I think the giants will stay off Egghead to secure a way for the Straw Hats. Yeah, I think that's possible. Plus, I think the reason Oda brought them to Egghead is because of them dying in Egghead will be more impactful than whatever he planned in Elbaf. Removing Dorian Bragi from Elbaf makes it easier. I don't know. But, honestly, when I saw them coming, when I saw them engaging, I was like... it made me feel like, okay, since they're here, I do think that Usopp needs to, start getting his act together, because, like, if he realize when he realizes the giants are here, I think it's gonna basically compel him to basically get his act together and to try to be braver, because I don't think Usopp would want to show his current self to the giants, at least like how he has been recently. I think Doc has a theory cooking. I don't know. I just don't see Little Garden as Island of the past, Egghead as the Island of the future. They gave him a send-off from Little Garden and stayed there via Haku sovereignty. I think that's how the Sunny escapes Egghead. So in this scenario, is Saturn going to be the giant fish island eating fish that poops out islands? So they're going to bore a hole in Saturn and let them escape, and then Saturn kills them. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know, but the chapter that now I like your theories type away. Okay, I don't know. It makes it seem like how they were portrayed, like with Shanks and all that in the chapters with Kid, just makes me think they're stronger than we initially believed them to be. So, and I think what happened there, I think Oda just, like, I think if Oda showed Dorian Bragi and their full power back then at Little Garden, I think there wouldn't have been a conflict. I don't think there would have been a conflict or like a harder bond with the giants if we had actually. I like the idea they blow a hole through Saturn like a goldfish. Yeah, that would be cool. We already saw a laser go through. Yeah. Except he healed that. He healed right away, so they would have to make a pretty big. They basically would have to pull they would have to pull what Yami did to Dante in Black Clover. I think it was like Bull Thrust or something. I don't remember what the move was, but Yami basically disintegrated the entire torso of Dante during their fight, and basically making a black hole right in Dante's torso. And I think that's what Dorian Bragi would end up doing if they did that to Saturn. And Saturn would basically have to have Dante's regenerative ability in order for him to survive that. Oops. Mr. 3 falling upward with Buggy? Yeah. Darn, I did it again. Why do I keep doing that? Wait, I was about to do that again. He seriously has, though, like, even an Impel Down? Yeah. Oh. I'll do that. Hmm. Huh. I wonder, yeah, I'm still starting to think about that, because, yeah, I really don't see Dory and Broggy dying in this arc anyway. Because I really feel like, I feel like what Egghead is doing is that it basically is setting up, it's basically the spark, like, the powder keg for the final war. And I think Elbaf is going to be at least the place where Luffy's alliances are basically will gather to prepare for the war. That's what I think Elbath's going to end up being, because right now, like if everything goes well and the 100 Marine ships are destroyed, Saturn's defeated, this is going to be and like all the pacifista are no longer on the world government side, and maybe one or two of the Seraphim maybe come to our side. Like, you got all that, plus everything else that's happening out in the world. Like, everything's just so chaotic now. And it's just really crazy. Do you think Vegapunk dies for real? Stella, it's looking that way. I think he might. They would have too much screen time to be here in Egghead and then also in Elbaf. If they live, it's because they stay in a Jinbei situation, like 3D said. Oh. Okay. Yeah, but like, in a lot of these arcs, like, unless it's a really short arc, like, I don't see why they can't have that amount of screen time. I mean, like, you know how much screen time that the Scabbards got in Wano, or, I mean, not just Wano, but the Scabbards got a ton of screen time throughout the Four Emperor saga. They had screen time in Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, Zao, and even and then of course Wano. Like, I mean, I really think the Giants and Elbaf are going to play a major role in the final war with Luffy on Luffy's side. So I can't see Vegapunk dying simply because Punk Records is his brain. Yeah, I just think Stella might die. The Stella might die, but I think one or two of his satellites might survive, or maybe all of the current surviving satellites survive. I don't know. I mean, Lilith is the most human-looking one out of the Vegapunks left, so Lilith could probably pass off as a person and survive. Oh, well, there's also York, but after everything that's happening right now, like, I don't even know if York, like, even if the world government does get their hands on York again, I really don't think they're going to keep their end of the bargain anymore. Like, it's become too much of a mess. Unless, of course, they force York to recreate the Mother Flame, but they don't let her become a celestial dragon. I really doubt their end of the bargain they're gonna keep their end of the bargain anymore. I think that deal is off, and that's sailed. Yeah, but we have a ton of giants to meet still, like Loki and the other royalty, or his friends, or whatever. And Dory and Bragi are likely not close because they've been gone 100 years. That is true. But at the same time, Dory and Bragi I think they do have some kind of role to play, at least here in Egghead. I don't know what they would do in Elbaf, but they did But the thing is, like, with the Iron Giant, they could have, like, valuable information on the Iron Giant, because the Iron Giant attacked Mary Joie 200 years ago. Dory and Bragi are, like, 160, so they obviously would have heard some tales from the other giants about it, maybe? I'm sure the giants would have had some story that was passed down to them. They probably know something about that giant, that Iron Giant. The story does seem to be heading in the direction for a new generation to take over. That's true. And I do think that, like, Haradin would definitely, like, he has his own new crew and all that, and he's already part of the Grand Fleet. So, and then of course, Ori and Kashi, I believe, though. I mean, I don't think those two are going to go anywhere. Now that I think about it, I know we only saw Dory and Bragi in the chapter, but if the giant pirates came back, like, wouldn't their whole crew, at least wouldn't Ori and Kashi be along with Dory and Bragi here right now? Because they were at Elbaf with them in the scenes we saw Shanks there. So would there be just, I don't think just Dory and Bragi are here. I think Ori and Kashi are also here. They might be here too. We just haven't seen them yet. Plus, they're younger than Dory and Bragi, so I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. They were on a giant ship, right? Yeah. What does the world government do to respond to the way things have turned around in the good guys' favor? Right now, I think, from what I can see, for the world government right now, the thing is, when a tyrannical regime is basically cornered, and they can't really manipulate things like they used to subtly, they have to, like, when their power is when their power is in jeopardy more and more, they have to basically resort to much more ruthless tactics. So I think, yeah, I'm hoping Saturn just pops off. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is that the world government is going to have to become more and more ruthless and violent in order to try to break down their enemies. I think they have to basically push forward this great cleansing. So in the end, I do think, because honestly, from what I've seen so far right now, like with the whole Buster Call and all that, like it seems like it's counterintuitive, because that means that, like, how is Saturn going to get, how is the world government going to get more of the mother flame, or anymore, if they like take out everything? So I feel like they still need something like that in order to be of any significant threat. They'll end up showing the world their true colors. That's true, and they'll have to resort to extreme violence. So, so the thing is, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, this might actually cause them to rely on Akainu more, like actually going out to do what Akainu does best, and that's not pushing papers, but that's actually going out full force and spreading fear. Yeah, I think Akainu would be a very valuable tool in this situation, as long as he's not behind the desk. He would be a much more valuable asset at this time and place out in the field right now, instead of pushing papers. Like, here's what I'm thinking. The world government basically just has Saturn, Kizaru, and the Marines doing the Buster Call. The Marines are getting Mark III'd. Kizaru could flip, so Saturn might have to cook. Yeah, he might have to. But there's also a possible other twist. Like, what if the Gorosei are actually... the other Gorosei are actually observing this event? What if they're actually observing this, and maybe one of them has an ability to... I don't know. It might be a bit of a stretch, because I was thinking, like, maybe some of the other Gorosei would show up, but that would be... I think that's too soon for that. But I think there has to be some way where we can... where the rest of the Gorosei, or maybe even Imu, has some ability that they can somehow influence this fight. But I feel like if that was possible, that would have happened already. But I don't know. The Seraphim could help, maybe. Blackbeard. Someone has to step in to change the tides. Yeah. The thing is, that is actually a good point. That's actually a good point, because Blackbeard's a wild card in this whole thing, because I think he might actually offer the world government an offer they after this incident they won't be able to refuse. Because right now Blackbeard, he wants to make Hachinosu a kingdom, and he wants to be a king and affiliated with the world government. Why does Blackbeard want to do that? Is it just so that he can get something, so he has access to Marijoa or something? I don't really know what his motive on this is, but if he does become a king, a legitimate king according to the world government, he will be an ally to them. And if Blackbeard is an ally to the world government, that just makes things a lot more complicated. So Blackbeard could essentially be... basically kind of be the actual replacement of what the warlords were, basically. Like, he would be the pirate equivalent of their lapdog, but I don't know. I don't know if they would trust Blackbeard to be that entirely, but I think having Blackbeard pulls up and offers to help the world government Egghead in exchange for the king's status. It's possible. That is possible. But I don't know. But I do think that Blackbeard's basically making a deal with the world government. We'll have to have Garp play a part in that, because I really think that Garp is the bargaining chip for Blackbeard. I do think that is what Blackbeard's going to bargain with. I mean, despite the fact that Garp is a D and all that, I do think that the world government, especially at this time, like, the world government abandoning their hero of the Marines is probably a bad time at this time. It's probably the worst. It would be the worst move for the world government to just abandon their hero, abandon the Marine hero, in the middle of such crisis. going on in across the world right now. But then again, the world government has done a lot of stupid stuff recently, so what's one more thing? Seems like Blackbeard wants that title for a reason. He needs it for whatever plan he got cooking. Yeah. I'm wondering how much he knows. Oh, but this is okay. I'm just reminded of something that I wanted to that I wanted to talk about, and it had to do with it was like a theory I'm trying to cook up, but basically I think I figured out that Oda has basically set up the final battle to be like a huge I think I'm starting to see the battle lines being drawn. Like not like not in terms of like factions, but like when you see one of those war strategy maps, I think I actually see a clear picture of Oda's the battle strategies on both sides here. See, especially we learned most of this actually here on the Egghead Island arc. You see, the Revolutionary Army, when they declared war on the Celestial Dragons at the Reverie, they also destroyed their storehouses. So basically they took out a lot of their excess storage. So basically, the Celestial Dragons have like a limited amount of resources up in the Red Line. And we also found out during the Reverie arc that all the trees that we did see up in the Red Line, those trees are artificial. They were put there artificially, and it seemed like the only fertile place up on the Red Line was at Mary Joie, and that everywhere else seems to be like a barren wasteland. So that means that there is really no way of growing anything up on the Red Line, which is kind of weird because I thought I remember Nami saying that the Red Line was basically made of a bunch of islands joined together or something. I think she said that like when they were going to Fishman Island. I don't remember exactly what she said, but I do remember reading that. So basically, the Revolutionary Army's strategy here is that they're starving out the Celestial Dragons, so the Celestial Dragons have to come down in order to get any food. They're blocking the supply routes that are going to Mary Joie, at least as many as they can. And what we last saw of the Celestial Dragons, like when Kuma was up at Mary Joie fighting Akainu, they were basically low on a lot of stuff, and they were relying on basically like desserts or something. All they had left or something. But anyway, so with that amount of limited resources, basically it's going to compel a lot of Celestial Dragons, if not most of them, are going to have to come down to the surface. And what's crazy about this is that Doflamingo actually said this at the end of Dressrosa when he was basically imprisoned on the marine ships. He basically said, tell the Celestial Dragons at Mary Joie that they will be brought down. And that might actually happen. And then we look at the other side. We look at the other side with Imu. We look at what this weapon, this Mother Flame, did to Leloucia. Not only did it basically bore a hole into the earth and destroyed an entire island, but it also caused the sea level across the entire world to rise 1 meter. Now, for it to rise 1 meter across the entire globe, and we're not just talking the Grand Line, we're talking the New World, we're talking all 4 blues, even Luffy's hometown of Windmill Village was experiencing flooding. Like, if it's on a global scale, Imu only has to fire on a couple islands. He doesn't have to, they don't have to destroy every island that opposes them. Imu just has to destroy a few, and they could potentially flood the entire world. So, if Imu keeps using the Mother Flame, that means we're looking at a worldwide flood of biblical proportions, and this is going to cause basically all these nations are going to drown, all these people are going to drown, and the only people who are going to survive are basically on ships, and which will basically leave them vulnerable, and the only land that will be safe will be the Red Line, which if they try to get up there after a huge flood, they'll be basically sitting ducks for the Celestial Dragons on top and be target practice. So basically Emu's, I don't know if I would call it Emu's strategy, but basically what Emu's going to do is eventually is going to basically destroy the world by flooding it, forcing anyone to come to the Red Line, and then they pick off whoever they want. Whereas the Revolutionaries' plan is going to force the Celestial Dragons to come down. So that's the interesting thing, because it's going to be like basically a contest to see who's going to take the Red Line. Destroy enough to get rid of all their enemies, or at least most of them, yeah. But this plan could even if Emu's plan is working and the world begins to flood, if somehow Luffy gets the ability to destroy the Red Line from the Reverse Mountain side, that will open up, I think the destruction of Reverse Mountain could actually create like a land bridge from the surface all the way up to the Red Line, creating a two-way land bridge that armies from all these other nations from the surface could launch an assault on Mary Joie from both sides of the continent. Yeah, this is where Luffy destroying Fishman Island comes in. Mary Joie falls, and can't flood it no more. Yeah. But that's the interesting thing, because if Reverse Mountain is destroyed, not only is Laboon freed and free to go wherever they want, not only will Brook meet Laboon, but there might be a way to get up to the Red Line without having to go to Mary Joie or having to climb. Basically, it would be a way that they could get up there, get armies up there, and basically the Celestial Dragons would be surrounded on all sides. You would have navies down. You would have the Revolutionaries or the navies like down in the Grand Line, blocking the Celestial Dragons from going into the sea, and then you might even have armies coming in from both sides of the Red Line. That would be really crazy. Like, if the Celestial Dragons end up getting surrounded by all these nations and people that ally with Luffy, and it would end up basically having to force the Celestial Dragons to leave the Red Line and basically fight basically the world on an even playing field. The thing it makes me think, like, remember how we were constantly commenting where Blackbeard is always looking more and more like a true pirate? Because it seems like One Piece has shied away from the Red Line has to get destroyed after they meet Laboon by going down Reverse Mountain, though. What? After they meet Laboon? But they can't meet any other way. But the thing is, though, as far as I know, there's no way to get up Reverse Mountain on the New World side, though, as far as I'm aware. Because the only ways in through there are from the blue, the two blues that are on that side of the world. I think those are the only ways to get in from there. So the comm belts would have to be destroyed for that to work. The comm belts would have to be gone. At least from what the maps indicated, there's no way up. There's no way up Reverse Mountain from the New World side of the mountain. So yeah, either the entire mountain has to be destroyed, or or just the calm belts have to be gone. That's the only way you can get from the New World back up Reverse Mountain and back to Laboon. So yeah, there's only two options. The calm belt has to be gone, or or Reverse Mountain has to be gone. There's only two options there. They will find a way. The Sunny has a propeller system thing, right? So they don't get stuck in the calm belt, and they can fight off the Sea Kings, so maybe they just go to a blue? That's possible, but that would be kind of odd for the end of the story to go to a separate blue that, even though we've never really seen much of what the other blues look like. I mean, I guess the Kuma flashback we see a bit of the West Blue and the South Blue, but if Rayleigh could swim through the calm belt, the Emperor crew should be able to. That's a good point. That's a good point. But back to what my topic was with I was about to get into Blackbeard, and I was talking about how the it seems like Oda's been he shied away from a lot of the typical pirate tropes, but it seems like with Blackbeard, he's constantly, it's Blackbeard is the most pirate like looking pirate. A lot of the tropes that we associate with pirates and pirate stories, Blackbeard seems to embody a lot of them. And even the things he doesn't, we begin to see later on in the series, it seems like Oda's bringing in a lot of the pirate tropes late in the story instead of early on. Just in the latest One Piece episode, everybody was gushing over the latest theme with Blackbeard and Law. It basically sounded came it was pulled out of Pirates of the Caribbean. So it makes me wonder, is the final battle of One Piece, the final war, instead of being on land like Marineford, what if it's entirely a naval warfare? It's entirely naval. Every faction in the entire story is going to be fighting on the sea. Basically in one huge epic naval battle. I think that would be absolutely nuts. Because it's really weird, how it's a pirate story, but we barely see any fights on the sea. We hardly see any fights on the sea, and I believe that maybe Oda was saving that for the end game, for giving us some classic pirate fights right at the end of the story, classic pirate naval warfare. And we might actually get to see Sunny actually regularly fire its cannon, and we get to see a lot of that stuff that we barely see anything of. We hardly ever see Sunny using their weapons. We see the coup de burst sometimes, but we don't really see them using I don't remember what the Sunny's cannon was called, but yeah, to see these ships that we've known for a long time, to see these ships actually firing regularly, besides just the Marines trying to pelt you with cannonballs that never land, but have actual naval battles where things actually hit. It would be crazy if Oda actually gave us a serious naval battle. The closest we've got so far would actually be that brief time with Blackbeard and Law. So I think that's a taste of what we could get to come. I want to see the crew fight together again. Yeah, I do too. Oh wow, it's 10:38 already here. I think guys, I'm gonna wrap up for tonight. was gonna draw a little more, but I was a little more absorbed in this conversation. But yeah, I don't think I can't really think of much else to draw right now. Yeah, I gotta go to bed. Well, good night. Good night, 3-Day. And oh, guys, check out my my One Piece D&D session. I'm gonna be part of tomorrow evening at Dire Regulus's channel. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Until next time, this is Rising Lucas signing out.